Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ordinary E. I'm just an ordinary guy learning about tech, and I'm building a computer for you guys for free this time. As you know, I built a computer for myself using parts I got for free. Managed to put it together, turned out alright. Now I'm doing one for you guys with all the parts I have left, and let's get into it. So we are at the stage where we're about ready to nearly power this thing on. I think we put the RAM in. I've checked the manual for the motherboard, and this is the correct slot, so it's the white slots to have a dual channel. Got the CPU in, the fan in, everything's connected. I put the power supply. The power supply was a 300 watt, which should be enough. I think the CPU was something like 20 watts, and there's nothing else here that takes up anything else at the moment. So all we need now is to connect up the peripherals. I think a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse. Oh, we put the battery in, remember, so that's gone back in. Yeah, let's just power it up. So the first thing I need to find for the power supply is a 3-pin plug for that. So let's get one of those. I have one kicking around in a drawer down here. Yep. So we'll connect that up. Let's go and grab a monitor. And if you remember from my previous builds, I had a few monitors, one of which was an Asus. Let's go and get that. Move this to the side a minute. No, let's leave this here. Alright, here's the Asus monitor. I will probably change the angle of this camera shot so we can see it better. Alright, so you should be able to see the monitor in shot now. Here's my power plug supply for everything. Alright, so you should be able to see the monitor a bit better now over here. So it's Asus monitor. I don't know the inches, probably measure it. Looks like a 21-inch. So if this monitor works, this will be going with the PC. Now, actually, this is a better monitor than mine, so I may have to do an upgrade on mine. But let's check it out first. What do we have at the back? So we have two HDMI cables, but this doesn't have an HDMI connection, unless you can get an adapter, the motherboard I mean. It does have a VGA, and it's got a headphone, speaker and power supply, which is there. Okay, I need to find the power supply cable that came with this in my drawer. Okay, I found the power cable. Now there's an issue. We're here in the UK, but it's only come with a 2-pin plug. It looked like it had a 3-pin, but that piece is missing. And that's the problem you get for getting used goods. But anyway, we've got the plug. I think I have a 3-pin to 2-pin plug adapter. Let's see if I can go find one of them. Okay, so I found a 2-pin plug adapter. The plug she in. So that's all plugged in. Let's see if it works. The screen needs a bit of a dust down. Alright, there's a little light indicator there. There's definitely power going to this. Okay, the screen's not coming on. Could be Could be the fuse on there. I think I have another one. Let's check another one. Alright, I found another one, so we can check and see if it's the plug. I know this one works because I use this one for my toothbrush. And yes, so this is no good. Could be just a fuse, so I'll look at swapping out the fuse on that. But we had some life there, if you saw that. It said something about no signal, so we need to plug in the motherboard. Let's plug this power supply in. Hopefully nothing blows up. And what else do we need? So we've got the power supply plugged in, we've got the monitor plugged in. That's all working. Let's check if the motherboard is working. Wait, let's see if I need a connection. So again, in my drawer of cables that everyone has, we've got a VGA to VGA cable, video something, audio, I don't know. Anyway, let's plug this in. One end to the motherboard and one end. You don't need to see the connection, do you? Let me know if you do, but they're just the VGA connection that everyone should know about. The blue to the blue. Alright, what happens now? No signal again. Do I need a keyboard and mouse and stuff? I need a power button, that's what I need. So, let's power this power unit on. What? Well, that's strange. Check this out, guys. Okay, so I just turned the power on and the fan is spinning. Is that normal? I was gonna like bridge maybe the power supply somewhere around here. Where is it? Over here. But it's just turned on. There's a green light at the back there. Don't know what that means. For CR3J1. But green lights usually mean good signs, right? There you go, the green light. Green light means good signs, but yeah, the fan is spinning. But we don't have a signal on the monitor. Why is that? There's a power button there. Oh yeah, here we go. Is it going to work? Can this be 2 for 2? It says no VGA signal. Okay, so we've got some problems. But I didn't turn it on, so why is the fan spinning? I just turned the power supply on. Are you able to boot a system without a power supply? I didn't think you could. Let me get the power button I was gonna do. Hold on a second, guys. Right, as you guys can see, everything seems to be spinning, but it's not coming through with a signal. But I didn't expect it to turn on, because usually you need a power button. Alright guys, so while I was trying to find my power button from my original build, if you remember this, I've left it running, still no signal on the monitor, so I'm going to turn this off. That's very strange, I didn't expect it to turn on. Very weird. I wonder if it's because, so there's a couple of things going through my mind. Maybe the RAM is not working because the signal's coming through, right? So the first thing I would check would be whether the RAM is it's not working, so I'd swap them out. Maybe the power supply is not right for it, but it's the only one I have that fits this, so I'll be stuck with that. Oh, actually I have some more. Or maybe when I reset the BIOS, even though this CPU is the 775 socket type. Maybe it's just not updated, because this is the newer CPU that I had, and there was an older one which I think came out of this board. So maybe I have to use the same CPU. I don't know, but let's check. Maybe I need to put a power button on first, just to power it on. Maybe the fan was just spinning for whatever reason. So let's try that. I'm just going to get. I've got connections here. This is a great power supply. It's not got all those different leads, and it's just going to sit exactly into the ones we want. So just connected that into the front. It says front panel on the motherboard. This would be a front panel connection. You've got your reset button. This would be a front panel connection. You've got your reset button, power button, and the LEDs. Now, which one is the power? I don't remember. I think it was the orange and white. But let's power it back on from the power supply. Let's see what happens when I press one of these. No lights coming on. So it's just turning on when I hit the power supply. I did not expect that. I don't know why it's turning on, so something's not right. Maybe the pins are bent and something's touching. Why would it turn on? So I'm getting nothing from the power LEDs. Okay. I don't know, guys. What would you suggest? I'm going to I'll probably change out the RAM. Let's get some more RAM and see if that does anything. Oh no, this is going to turn into a fault finding exercise. I think it's going to be the CPU. I'm going to go straight in for the CPU. So I don't think it's the RAM. I don't think it's the RAM. Alright, let's try the RAM first. So let's take out the RAM. Let's get two known working RAMs that I know of. Alright, so I've got these RAMs that I used in my previous system, the one I built. This one's a bit dirty, but I know these ones work. It's not lining up, let's have it the other way. We'll just try one stick actually. Okay, so when I power the power supply on, it all turns on. Very weird. I don't know why it's turning on. It's just turning on. Let's connect the keyboard and a mouse as well. Try that. Turn that off. Alright guys, I now got a keyboard and a mouse connected up to it. I don't know if that's what it needs. So what else would you need? So we've got a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, a power supply connection, and that's it. Do I need a hard drive? I don't know. But yeah, it's just turning on. I don't get it. The LEDs are not doing anything. We tried the RAM, so I think the next thing we've got to try is this CPU. I don't think the CPU is going to work with this. Okay, it's time to take it apart. I'm going to disconnect the power. It might be that I have this too tight as well. This could be too tight on there, so I don't know. The only thing I have is the RAM connected and the CPU and the power supply, so it's all going to be one of these things, right? So we're going to start with straight into the CPU. Let's not mess about. So on my thought process here at the minute is the CPU is newer. It's a year newer than the other one I have. So maybe the BIOS isn't updated enough to accept it, or maybe it's just not compatible because these boards are sort of set up proprietary to the components they come with, including the CPU, I think. So we'll put the CPU that was in here, and that way we'll know definitely. It could be that the CPU or that the board's dead. But the board seems to be working, so it's a good sign that the fan is spinning, etc. So I don't think it's going to be that. You can see we've got a nice little spread. We've got a missing corner there though. Maybe that could be doing it. Clean that up first. So we've encountered our first problem, guys, with PC building. Let's see if we can get this working, huh? Exciting stuff. Right. Put that chip to the side. I'm just going to check the pins very closely, see if there's anything bent. No, the pins look good to me. Alright. Alright guys, so I've got the two chips out again, and I can't remember. It was this, so it wasn't, this is a 775 socket, right? Oh yeah, it says it there, LGA 775 socket. So we've got the 775 here. Everything looks clean on the back. Right, so we've got to find the triangle. And then the triangle was on here somewhere. There it is there. So I'm going to line that up. I hope I'm doing that right with the triangle. Okay, it's sat in there. I'm not going to put thermal paste on in a minute or even tighten down the cooler. I'm just going to see if this works. So I'm just going to put the cooler, sit the cooler on top of it. And then should be good to go. Right, let's plug it all back in, and hopefully we get a picture. Come on, baby. It's span up again. Oh, it stopped. Okay, it's acting different. Here we go. Alright guys, so we have a post. It says the firmware has detected that a CMOS battery failure has occurred. Press enter to continue. So we've got a post. The firmware detected that a CMOS checksum error has occurred. Press enter to continue. The firmware has detected that the system date time has not been set. Press enter to continue. Excellent. So media test failure, boot check cable, existing Intel boot agent, no bootable device, insert boot disk and press the key. Alright, it looks like we've sussed it. So it was the chip. So it looks like, I wonder if we update this motherboard BIOS, it will be able to take the more newer chip. But we only have the single RAM in there now as well. So we need to put the RAM back in. But yeah, success. So we can start putting this build into a PC. I've obviously got to put a hard drive in here, but yeah, we definitely got a boot. The screen has lines down it. Oh dear, you see that? Screen's got, so the screen's no good, guys. Oh dear. So something's going on with the RGB behind there. Okay, alright, we have a boot. That's a good news. That's the good thing. So now we can put it all into a case and start prepping it for shipping to you guys. I will try and find another. In the next video we'll sort out all the peripherals, because I've used my mouse. I don't think I have another mouse, but I've got something lined up for that, because I found a mouse at the car boot sale. If you watch my other videos about my online business that I'm doing, I've actually found a mouse, so I'm going to swap that out. In the next video we'll swap that out on my mouse. So actually this mouse probably could go with this. We've got another monitor, so we'll pull that out in the next video. Check the keyboard works. That looks okay to use, I guess. It needs a clean up, so we'll do that. But yeah, it looks like it's this chip that has to be used. And the power buttons are working now. I've got an LED light on the power button. See that? So can I turn this off? Oh, yeah. And don't worry, it won't be this. Hopefully the case I use is going to have the front panel connector. Okay, bear with me guys. Let's put this into a. Okay, so just bear with me. Alright guys, so now we know it works. We've got two chips left. We've got the 771 socket and the 775 socket. 775 socket chip, so we need to find motherboards for those. And we have the Foxconn, so we'll be doing a video on that. Let's put the other RAM in, and so the other RAM is going to go back in like so. So we know the RAMs work, we know the CPU works. Let's tighten this back up. We'll put new thermal paste on there actually. So let's clean this up. Clean this up. Good news guys, 2 for 2. We're 2 for 2 with the computer building, with parts obtained for free out of various machines. It's fantastic. If you know, as I said, if you want a chance to win this, all you got to do is subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button and then give me a comment of what your favorite thing is. Color, character, could be anything. What's your favorite thing? And I think I'm going to do a theme on the case. I might mess up the case, but it'll be unique. Alright guys, so let's put some thermal paste back on here. I do like to do the cross. This is excellent. We are 2 for 2. Actually, I'll just spread this one, why not? Alright guys, so at least you know you're going to get a working PC now. So we are 2 for 2 guys, can you believe it? Just going to tighten this back up. It doesn't have to be too tight, just as soon as it stops turning, you stop. Alright guys, so the CPU is back on, the second RAM is in, and we have a power button. So let's turn this angle of the camera again. Alright guys, so just seated the second RAM in there. So now we have dual channel. I've put the cooler back on with some new thermal paste. It's all getting dusty again, so much dust comes along quickly. So I put the new cooler, I put the cooler back on with new thermal paste, and let's see if she boots again. Are you ready? Yeah, fan is spinning. There she goes, the Cooler Master fan. What do we get? That's a shame about that screen. I was going to swap out that screen for my one. So if you want the screen, guys, let me know. I might just keep this as a test screen from now on. That line is annoying. But yeah, we got it booting. We just need to put a hard drive in with some Windows on it, or a different operating system, because I know Windows is going to discontinue in 2025. So maybe we put Linux in here, or Google, something, Chrome or something, because it's not going to be a gaming PC. It's just going to be what I've done, so you can have it and then create your own online business using something like this. Maybe you'll play some very low title games, possibly. But yeah, definitely won't be giving you that monitor because that's busted. I'll keep that for my test monitoring, to use as my test monitor. I might even connect it with my PC, so I can have dual monitors. So I could do that, or I could just have it there as a test monitor for the next build. The mouse, I borrowed my mouse, so I think I told you already in this video, I've got another mouse that I found at the car boot, which I'm going to be swapping out. So that mouse is available, but it's the only other mouse I have. So I might need that mouse for other builds. So you might have to get your own mouse, guys. That's about it. The keyboard definitely can go. I've got more keyboards, but we'll check out keyboards in the next video. I'll give you the best one I have. The power supply works, the motherboard works, the CPU works, the RAM works. And we'll check out everything we could do here. The next video we'll check out the case. So yeah guys, all you got to do is hit subscribe. It's free, and tell me what your favourite thing is, and in the next video we'll sort out the case and we'll start putting it away. Well, actually, if I'm going to do a theme on the case, then I've got to wait. I've got to see what you guys say. What's your favourite thing? Let me know. Alright, see you in the next video. 2 for 2, baby. Let's go.